What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this Thursday. Doing well myself. I come across this particular tragic story right here that took place in Fort Worth, Dallas, Texas. And we have three lives that would cross paths in a most tragic situation. You have the mother here, Latoya Landers, her 14-year-old son in the middle, Devin Landers, and a homeowner right here, Aaliyah Wallace. Okay, and the situation is this. It is, well, it's not alleged. What it is that Latoya Landers' son, Devin here in the middle, was involved in a home invasion situation. Okay, with the homeowner here, Aaliyah Wallace. She caught him coming in her window. She didn't know that he was a 14-year-old eighth grader. Okay, and in protecting herself and her family, she unloaded on him. She just thought, that he was some ordinary home invader or robber or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And well, she's getting heat for that now. Not so much with the law because they haven't filed charges on her, but with the boy's mother, Latoya Landers here, Miss Landers. And, what it is with her, she wants answers. But the thing is this. The answers is that your son was basically breaking in somebody's house, and this single parent mother right here, Aaliyah Wallace, she did what anybody else would have done, and that's basically protected herself and her family and shot and asked questions later. Okay, more than likely something that Miss Landers would have done herself. Okay, but what I want us to do is check out these particular couple videos, and then we'll get into the commentary.
A Fort Worth woman who shot and killed a teenager she says was breaking into her rental home told us today how the incident has changed her life. Police have not filed charges for the shooting, and they plan to submit the case for a grand jury review. Aaliyah Wallace talked exclusively with Ft.Worth's Sean Rabb, who joins us now live. Sean.
Aaliyah Wallace bought a gun to protect herself and her family, she tells me, after a rash of break-ins in her apartment. Those happened while she and her family were not at home. But on December 14th, twice that day, while she was home with her kids, someone tried to get in.
I was cleaning my living room, sweeping my floor, and I heard her window start going back up. So I went and I looked in the hallway, and I could see him standing at the window, lifting it up, and I just shot.
Gunshots that killed 14-year-old Devin Baker at the bedroom window of Aaliyah Wallace's 8-year-old daughter early morning, December 14th.
It's bothering me that he was a kid.
The incident happened not long after police left Wallace's home after responding to her 911 call about someone trying to break into her duplex.
So I called him at 1:22 a.m. We talked for like 30 minutes. They did a report, took pictures of everything, and then they left.
I believe there were reports that you had been burglarized or attempted burglaries before.
Yes, I have like 3 or 4 police reports before this night.
So what has happened since this incident?
The apartment called and told me that I was not supposed to have a gun at all, even though I kept calling them and telling them somebody was breaking in. They told me I could not have a gun and that I have 30 days to vacate.
And how does that make you feel?
Feel like I'm back at square one. I've been there for 6 years, so now I don't know what to do.
This case is going to the grand jury. It's a referral, as they call it, and they're going to let citizens decide. What do you want people to know about you, Aaliyah Wallace?
That I was only protecting my kids. I have 4 daughters. It's just me and my 4 daughters that stay there. I just was protecting my daughters.
How do you feel about what happened?
Devastated that he was 14. I hate that. I literally do, and I'm so sorry. But at that point, I had to think about my babies. I didn't know he was 14 when he was on the other side of that window. All I knew that somebody could come in here and hurt me or my kids. That's it.
So now Wallace lived in federally subsidized housing. We're seeking clarity on whether she can be evicted. She's concerned that if she is convicted, it would be difficult to find new housing for her and her 4 girls. We called the apartment complex today. The manager there told us to call the corporate office. We did so. The corporate office said, get your information from the local apartment complex. No answers for our questions today.
Police are investigating after a Fort Worth teen was shot and killed early Thursday morning after allegedly attempting to break into a home in the Rosemont neighborhood. Olivia Leach spoke with the teen's mother, who's pleading for answers tonight.
My son had a lot of dreams and he was so talented. I don't get it.
Fort Worth police say they were called to South Crest Court in the Rosemont neighborhood of the city early Thursday morning for a call about a prowler. When they got there, a woman told them several people were attempting to break into her home, but they had left the scene. Shortly after, police got a second 911 call from the woman who said the burglars came back. But when police returned to the scene, they found LaToya Lander's 14-year-old son, Devin Baker, lying on the ground in front of the home with a gunshot wound to the torso. Police say the woman who had reported the break-ins shot him. He died on scene.
It's like I'm in a dream. Because I'm looking at all the things he have at home. Then I have to drive by where my son laid.
Tonight, Devin's family and friends came together to honor him at a balloon release outside of Rosemont Middle School, where he was an 8th grader.
And son, I'll see you again. I love you so much.
But his family says there has to be more to the story.
No, I know my child. I know him. I know him, and it doesn't add up.
LaToya says she wants more answers from police.
I feel like they need to dig deeper, because I know it's something else happened that caused my son's demise.
Detectives say the woman who shot the teen had reported break-ins and attempted break-ins at her home before, and that she is cooperating with the investigation, but no one has been arrested.
I feel like it's very wrong. He had so many dreams. My son was not a criminal.
In a letter to the Rosemont Middle School community, school officials extended their sympathy to the family and said their hearts were heavy after learning of the death of a Rosemont student. Additional counseling was made available for any students who needed extra support. In Fort Worth, Olivia Leach, CBS News, Texas.
Okay, first of all, let's give some condolences to the mother for her loss. You understand? And also, I want to make a correction to the young man's last name. I said Devin Landers, and it's Devin Baker. Okay. Now, dealing with the homeowner here. Okay, let's deal with her. Okay. She had no way of knowing that this was a 14-year-old child right here. Number one. Number two, let's face it, he was committing criminal activity. It was said that this woman, what she said herself, that she has police records, that reports and what have you, that our house had been broken in numerous times. In fact, that day, you understand? And okay, he is 14 years old, but I can guarantee you, if you were to Google how many stories, you know what I mean, of 14-year-old people, kids, shooting and killing other people, okay? Well, I'm sorry, that negates, the situation about him being 14, that he can't be a killer. And that's just what it is, Again, I'm sorry about this mother's loss right here, but he was committing criminal activity. And there's so many stories, like this particular one, where you got mothers, rarely fathers, but that happens with them too, where they would have, kids, and they would go out and their kids be doing things they ain't got no business doing. And then time something happened to them, the mother, or like I said, rarely fathers, will come forth and say, well, my this and my that wasn't like that. I knew him. Just like what this woman was saying. Well, obviously you ain't know him well enough. See, it's good to be engaged in your children's life so that way you can know their activities. You know what I mean? Some people try, some parents do try, but they can't do it all because they're busy with employment. In situations like taking care of their family, so they can't be there at all times and know what the kids are doing. But at the same time, I would suggest, invade that cell phone. That's if you bought them a cell phone, number one. Invade that cell phone, invade the social media if they have access to it, so you can see what's up. And also keep an eye on the kind of company that your kids are keeping. That says a lot right there too, and that's what it is. It's been said so many times that, single mothers are the fault for the crime that take place in hoods all over the inner cities in America, because a lot of them, they do not watch their children. You understand what I'm saying? So, myself, I would say it took two people to make a child. So therefore, the father is to blame too. That's if he's there. And that's the problem. It is not enough black fathers, so-called black fathers, in their children's life for whatever reason. For whatever reason. But we got to get off of this situation about every time, something happened to one of the children and they was caught doing something they had no business doing. We want to paint them to be a martyr and they just wasn't this and they wasn't that when they actually was. That ain't cool. And I think I said, back to the homeowner over here, her. The fuck that apartment complex, man. Who are they to tell somebody that they can't have something to protect themselves? Okay, if this lady didn't have something to protect herself and her family, could it have been them that was killed? You understand? Think about it. So the hell away with that complex, apartment complex. I ain't down with that, not one bit. I don't know what it is with these people want to tell folks that they can't have anything to protect themselves. But the main ones that are saying that, trust and believe, they are strapped. You understand? To the T. So that's what it is. So I'm not down with that right there. You know what I'm saying? But again, I'll say condolences to this mother right here for her loss. And also send some prayers out to this young lady right here that was forced into this situation, because she's going to need some help herself, some spiritual help and everything else, knowing that she took a life, especially with the 14-year-old at that. Okay, she's going to need some prayers for that, maybe even some counseling, therapy, whatever. You know what I mean? When she comes to grip, when this all dies down, and that's just what it is. I want you guys to tell me what you think about this particular story right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts and opinions on it in the comment section. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.